Hi, looking up fellas. This is Dennis Piper. I'm going to give you a quick overview of what our basic design package includes, and then look at the three websites that Corey had suggested, and tell you, what it would cost to reproduce something similar to it. First thing I'll show you here is our standard $200 website. This is the Nell family. They provided us some photos, and we just created these graphics for their website. They had a logo they wanted to use, and we just adjusted it a little bit to fit the site better, and we have it here. This is just a basic text rollover menu. There's no additional cost for that. Takes you to the different pages. Every one of their pages has the same look and feel. This area here is all an editable region that you can change from your control panel. Add these pictures. You can create links in there, anything you want to, and this page will grow as long as you need to, depending on how much information you put in there. As you notice, they got links to email addresses, all that stuff you can do from your control panel. It's pretty much like editing a Word document, except that you're dealing with HTML and there are a few little things you do differently. You notice they've got a donate button put into their website. That's a free PayPal account you can sign up for, and you just install the code in. They have a living menu here, which is basically they can add any pages they want to from their control panel, and when they do, it goes in this menu here. So they can click on that and go to those various pages, prayer requests or what have you. This area over here on the right hand side of the page is another region that's editable from the control panel. It has its own set aside area, so you got a lot of control there. They utilize two free items that I suggest that everybody use unless they just want to pay some money for these things. The first is Google Picasa web albums. You can sign up for those for free at Google, and you can install those and actually upload all your pictures through Google, and then you can embed it into your website like this. It shows all your pictures. You can also click and go to it like a regular album. It opens a new page. You can look through all that stuff. The other thing that they utilize that I recommend that other folks do too, if you don't just want to put your schedule in as text, you can use the Google calendar, which is really cool. It has a lot of different things that the user can select from to look at. They can print this out. They can click on individual items and see the details about that item. Just a lot of things you can do with it, and it's very easy to embed into your page too. You can also embed videos into your pages, as we'll see, but this is a basic $200 design. This whole package is for that. They do have media, as most of the sites we do have media, and we have pictures of their things and their CDs, and also some links you can click to listen to MP3s. Now we have these are sample MP3s, but if you want to play a full song on there, we can either embed that in the Flash menu or something like that, or we can create a Flash player, use one of the available Flash players where they can click on the list and listen to it. All that's installable, and we'll include that type of setup in a basic package. Give you another site that we've done. This is Will Calorie. You may know him. He wrote the song "Hands on the Wheel" for Willie Nelson. Now, Will's site is also a basic $200 site, except for this menu that we saw where everything flies in, and there's music that plays in the background. And then it has this really neat rollover effects on the links themselves. With his website, that's a $200 additional charge to create a banner like that. And then, of course, once you create it, you can put it on all the pages. Each page can have it in a reload in. Okay, so that's the idea. That's a Flash animation. That one instance is $200, and then the website itself is $200. So that's a $400 site, and there's a lot of pages to that, but I won't go through all that. We have other websites available too. I'll show you another one real quick here. Dennis Bowling's another site that we've done. You see his load up. He has his website loads up. You could have some pictures and stuff goes through here. You got some neat effects when you hold your mouse over the words, and then he has editable text areas down here. You can put about anything he wants to in those as well. He just has a simple written schedule that he keeps up with, and of course his music is for sale on there using PayPal and things like that. So that's all available, and his again loads up and starts playing music right when the site loads up. And has all the same options. Looking at the sites that you recommended, the Legacy 5 site is a basic website, but it does have this large instance of Flash here. That would be, the regular site plus $200 to develop something like this. Of course, the design is just included in the, the whole look of this page would be included in our design. This down here is another Flash item. It runs about $150 to $200 to install. It's what they call a rotating gallery. The bad thing about Flash is you can't update that information. I have to do that for you, or your designer has to do that on the Flash. So far they have two Flash animations. The menu that you see here, we can recreate that in Flash or in regular HTML using graphics if we want to dynamically. This next page that you go to has a different banner that they've designed. So this is a third instance or a third design, and then they reuse this on all the different pages when you click on it. So you could. This is what I recommend, is designing one good Flash banner and using it on all your pages. But their website, to recreate that, you have 3 Flash instances, which is $600 with us. With other places, it's about twice that probably. And then all this stuff that's added in there can go in with that. The Perrys are about the same thing. Their homepage has a big Flash animation on it when you reload it here. Sell that, and it has a menu. That would be about a $200 deal. Plus your regular website. And then there's also, when you go to the other pages, has a whole different Flash animation menu and banner at the top that they use on all the rest of the pages. It can be reused, so that's $200. So theirs has 2 Flash animations and then the regular content, so you're looking at about $600 to reproduce this type of site. David Phelps' website is pretty much a full Flash website. He has this instant here on the first page and one complete design, and then each other page that you go into is pretty much a whole new design of its own. He has a lot of other stuff put in. David's probably got about, it can vary, but I'd say with this website and this particular company, probably around $5,000 to $8,000 in this website alone, because these Flash animations are very expensive to develop. You see how it's loading in, has all this interactivity. The good and bad in Flash, full Flash sites like David Phelps's look good. The bad part about it is all this text that you see on the page that you interact with is actually loaded into the Flash file itself. Now the bad thing about that is that Google and Yahoo can't read that text, so they don't know what's on your page. The only thing Yahoo and Google will be able to reach is just your meta tags and text that you have in the HTML behind this Flash player. So your content's not as easy searchable or findable through the through Google and places like that, and these are much more expensive to do. We have capabilities to do this and be happy to do that. If you want to spend that money, we'd love for you to spend it with us. It does take quite a while to develop this type of website, but it can all be done. Other things like blogs, and I think he has a forum. Those are things that have to be built with a database, and we can do all that too, write PHP, custom databases, shopping carts, what all, but those are additional costs that would also be involved. Probably, developing a database, probably at least $150 more. And if you wanted a full shopping, like a big shopping mall, shopping website, you're looking at a $300 setup for that, and then you're good to go. You can add as many items as you want and keep up with billing and all that stuff. But that's like a real store. The websites that we make, typically, you can sell all your stuff on there and just use the free PayPal design. We can also we also use a system on Will Calories site where you can download the individual files for 99 cents, just like you would at any iTunes or whatever, and make a micro payment through PayPal. We can teach you how to set that up. There's a little bit of fee to install that, probably $75 or so. And we'll just give you a quote on that. So basically what we need to get started is to find out what you want for sure. We'll get you a good graphic layout and get that approved, and then once we get that done, we need to get, or before we start that actually, we need to get a 50% down payment on what you plan on doing with the website, and then once it's approved and ready to go live, we get the other 50% of the design fees, and then it's $12.95 a month. We can also add things for small fees, like if you want a counter on there, that's like $30. If you want a special drop-down menu, we'll have to give you a price on that, but probably $50 to $100 to do that. Google Analytics, we can install that on your pages, and that just allows you to see what areas of different states have clicked into your website, which pages they went to, how long they stayed there, all over the world. It'll show you anybody from all over the world that's clicked on that. All kinds of information you can find out about your site. About anything you've seen out there we can do, and we've done it not only for ourselves but for other web companies that we've worked for freelancing. Some of the top, one of the top 10 hosting companies we work for, and did some website design for about a year. So a lot of the stuff we can do. If you have any questions, let us know.